Here's an excerpt from Superintendent's video workshop. We teach common sense.
As a member of the golf course maintenance team, you are likely to be handling a variety of types of handheld power equipment, including string trimmers, edgers, blowers, hedge clippers, and chainsaws. For your safety and the safety of others around you, it is important that you follow the proper operating procedures for each machine. This video will introduce you to some basic guidelines for correct operation for handheld equipment. As always, if anything you see here that contradicts what your supervisor has told you, bring it up with your supervisor and follow his instructions. Start by getting yourself ready. To protect yourself, select clothing which covers your arms and legs to limit exposure to dangerous flying material and vegetation. Wear snug-fitting clothing to prevent entanglement with moving parts. Long pants and long-sleeve shirts are essential in many operations, not only to protect your skin from flying debris, but to protect you from exposure to poisonous plants, such as poison ivy. Wear gloves to protect hands from flying debris and to deaden vibration. Keep all handles free of oil to allow a good firm grip on all equipment. Wear sturdy, non-skid work boots when operating power equipment. Good footing and traction is essential on rough terrain or slick surfaces such as groomed turf. If your hair is longer than shoulder length, tie it back behind the shoulders to prevent entanglement with moving parts. Eye protection, such as approved goggles or safety glasses, is a requirement in all operations. Though the normal path of debris may not come close to your face, material can ricochet or deflect off of a solid object and bounce into your face and cause severe eye injury. Power tools emit a high-pitched engine noise, so hearing protection is a must. This is particularly true if you are operating more than 1.5 hours per day. Earplugs or noise reduction earmuffs are the only acceptable protection. Because handheld power tools are smaller and less complicated to operate, do not assume that you cannot get hurt operating them. If you're going to be handling any handheld equipment, it's important to learn how to operate it thoroughly and safely before you begin working with it. As an operator, you should know that accidents could happen in the blink of an eye. You are responsible for your own safety, as well as the safety of others in the work area. Common sense and good judgment are the most important safety elements when operating any piece of equipment. Some simple rules hold true for using all handheld power equipment. Before starting any power tool, learn how to carry it properly. Make sure the cutting mechanism is facing away from you. Be aware of bystanders and do not expose them to danger from sharp blades. Inspect the machine and make sure there are no missing parts, particularly guards or parts of rotating cutting mechanisms. Be sure you understand all warning and caution decals. If any decals are damaged or missing, tell your supervisor. If you are unfamiliar with the machine, have it inspected by your supervisor or the technician before beginning work. Check the operation of all controls for freedom of movement before starting the engine. Know how to stop the unit quickly in an emergency. Never attempt to disable, defeat, or remove any of the safety interlocks or mechanisms. Wrap your thumb and fingers around the handle in opposite directions to completely encircle the handle. It is important to grip the handle correctly so any kickback or other sudden movement will not tear the unit out of your hands. Know the correct starting procedure for each individual piece of equipment. Generally, operating instructions specify that units are to be held on the ground and often have specific locations for restraint when starting. Never start the equipment by holding it in one hand and pulling the starter rope with the other hand. This can cause loss of control and injury to yourself or others. When starting the engine, make sure the area is well ventilated to prevent the buildup of exhaust fumes. Engine exhaust contains a harmful gas, which can make you sick. Exhaust fumes can even be deadly if concentrations become excessive. Operate equipment either outside or in an area with large doors or exhaust fans. Before beginning a cutting operation, Inspect the area for any foreign objects, such as wire, rocks, metal, wood, or other objects which may be picked up and thrown by equipment or which may damage the equipment.